Thanks.
All right. This is a meeting of the Norfolk Board of Health, November 30th, 2016. The meeting has been called to order, and the agenda includes reviewing proposals for services to the board in the capacity of our environmental engineer and agent. And we have, up until now, received one application. We're in the middle of reviewing that one. This is going to be really exciting as we read all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know the town was Northeastern Grid.
Talk about? You ready to discuss?
I've been through it. You've been through it one time?
Yep.
Okay, you've been through it one time. Well, I guess the first thing to ask is, has the applicant met our requirements?
Going through, I'd say we have pretty much a split between highly advantageous and advantageous, with just one not advantageous that I see.
Which was which?
Delivery of services at the very last one, section N, just because of that, not the same
One person.
member doing it, but that's it. Beyond that, they've met all the, like I said, all the requirements, pretty much an even split between high and advantageous, so.
So is there any obvious reason why we should not accept this?
No.
application. Well, technically speaking, we seem to have a qualified candidate. Having decided that that is the case,
Motion to accept the proposal from Professional Services Corporation for the environmental engineer/agent for the Board of Health.
Second?
there's a second. Further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. So Betsy,
I will have Jack open up the price proposal tomorrow. And he can make sure that that falls within our budget, and if that's the case, then we'll, offer the position to BSC.
okay. Yeah, we should have made it clear that the proposal itself is coming from Professional Services Corporation.
We did.
Did we?
In the motion we did.
Okay. Who in fact have been the agent and engineer for the last 6.5 years. All right, so one item out of the way. Number 2, Mark Orm sanitary contract and appointment.
Yep, so I did, you had asked me at the last meeting to pass that by town council, and he saw no problems whatsoever, so I think you guys would, do that.
Thank the town of Ashland for making that more painful than it should have been.
Do we just have this one copy?
I have the one copy, do you want me to make extras?
Well,
Sorry, I meant to, but.
We looked at it last time, didn't we?
Right, we did look at
is
it.
this the same one?
It is,
Well, in that
yeah.
case, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everything, including the dollar amount, the hourly amount is the same as last year.
Mhm. So we're asking, or we're being asked to consider a repeat of this, the arrangement we had in the past year.
Correct.
Is there any reason why we should not entertain a motion to do so?
No.
Is there a motion to do so?
I motion to approve Mark Orm's fiscal 17 sanitarian contract and appoint as a Board of Health agent.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. We can sign. All right. And item number 3, the minutes of the 10:18 meeting. Short,
Short but sweet.
to the point. Any changes necessary?
No.
I don't see any. Are we all
No.
good
Yeah,
on
that was
this?
pretty straightforward.
I motion to approve the minutes from October 18th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So Betsy,
Do you have anything for me to sign?
I do not, oh, yes, I do. A couple seconds here.
While that's underway, is there any old or new business we need to discuss tonight?
Any updates on the house on the corner of Main?
So actually, yes, I glad you brought that up. Did have a conversation with the town council today. He was wondering if the town had given any thought as to how we want to proceed, if we want to follow up with the cleanup of the inside. So the receivership still is open. I think they were keeping it open for 6 months just to make sure that there wasn't a backslide. As far as I know, I think everything still is okay on the outside. He got rid of the trailer, as he had agreed to do. I did have a conversation with Bob Bullock today because this house is still not habitable. The owner of the property doesn't seem, at this point, he's living elsewhere at the moment, and he hasn't approached the town about wanting to occupy the house. So, I don't know if you guys have any thoughts.
If he doesn't want to occupy it, I don't think we can do anything about that anyway, nor do I think we
Right.
should pursue it any further. I mean, to a certain point, there's a little bit uncomfortable even to where we are now. I know it cleaned the place up, I know that happened. What the town's purview was overall with that, whatever. I know it made people happy and it got done. Probably for the better. But to now go inside when he's not living there, on a house that's not habitable, has no electricity still most likely, no water service as far as we know.
I believe so.
So now if it comes to the point, in my opinion, if he shows up and decides to live there again, that's a completely different animal. Then maybe we address it then. But to start literally or figuratively kicking indoors and cleaning the place up just because we want to finish, that doesn't make sense to me.
Right, and that was the building inspector's view as well. So unless he wants to try and live there again. then-
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's my take on it.
Right.
Well, the one question I have is, if we know it's not habitable, should we in fact acknowledge that officially?
Signage?
Yeah. Per order of the Board of Health. This is not a habitable
Well,
structure.
how do we know that? He's on, okay, no electricity, no water.
Right,
That's some type of official, we have obviously the water shut off, we know that from municipal.
right.
Electricity, we know that for sure, how?
The electricity
Yeah,
from the building department.
okay, so they know that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it was the building inspector who deemed it uninhabitable.
Okay,
So I don't know if there was anything done.
So it is deemed already uninhabitable by the building inspector.
so I think a
Maybe
signage,
that's done.
signage isn't a bad idea, is that something they typically do as well?
Yeah, if there isn't any there already, I can't say.
Yeah, well, maybe we can run it by Bob,
Yeah, yep, I'll talk to him
Just to-
tomorrow.
dot the
there's
i's,
a
cross the
sign
t's.
outside the house, like near the door, but I don't know what it says, because you can't barely
Can't see it from the road, right? I can find out.
Yeah.
If it's not, we can address it at the next meeting, we do, right?
All right,
Fair enough.
I'll ask him tomorrow.
Okay. Anything else in terms of old? New?
That's all I have.
Right.
Motion to adjourn?
Oh, just, one last update, though. I know you've been involved, 47 Turner Street septic.
What is this?
47?
Oh, is that the funky one that's on the other?
Christina Estates?
Yes, the one, the
Ah,
leach field was on an
Easement,
easement on the Mass Ave people's property.
yeah, I was more on the Mass Ave side of it, but yeah.
You were on the Mass Ave, so we actually have they've submitted a design to upgrade the septic system at 47 Turner. And part of that included decommissioning the cesspool or leach pit that was on the easement.
Good.
So, they haven't done the work yet, but we just issued the approved septic design.
Good news. Thanks.
What about the house down on Mirror Lake? Is there? Was it
Oh, yeah,
Mirror?
there's
or-
that house on, yeah, that one with, there's nobody living, the person across the street was complaining about it?
I think so, yeah. We talked, said something briefly about it, I think, at our last meeting. Anything new with that?
Refresh my memory, I can't
I
remember.
wish I
Is this
could.
Mirror-
Mirror Lake Extension House, right?
Mirror Lake, or
Old
is it-
Popul,
Oh, yeah,
Populatic.
Populatic. I'm sorry, Populatic.
it's Old Popul.
That's been cleaned up.
Oh, it has?
It's been cleaned up?
Wade actually got a hold of, it's the one that was bank-owned?
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, that's.
Yes, got a hold of, tracked down somebody, whatever the management company was, and they cleaned up the yard.
Oh, okay. So it's still, but it's still vacant is,
As far as I know it is, I don't think there's been any activity on the sale of the property.
oh, all right, so it's for sale, okay.
Right.
Motion
Is now out
to,
there, motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
There
if
you
there's
go,
nothing else.
sorry, that's
All right.
it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.